Hello there, Taurus. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath, and I've been doing readings for 27 years now. And what I've done for you, reading will be for July of 2016. And what I've done is drawn 4 cards for the month of July, and I'm going to use the bottom card for the overall view of the month. And we'll pull angel card at the end of the reading to try to clarify everything and bring it together. I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I believe it will probably blend in and out because that's the way things work for me. And because I'm an empath, I have an odd speech pattern. I will speak as if I am Taurus, period. So now we are all Taurus for the month of July. Before I started the reading here, Spirit's giving me some words, and the two of them are very strong, and that's creativity and honesty and release. Well, 3 of them. Release was like extremely important. All of these cards are upright, so we don't have to find a way out of anything because it's kind of looking pretty good. I looked up the astrology for you, and everything in the month of July is in your 3rd house, and that would be all types of correspondence. It would be speaking, writing, any kind of correspondence, like your local environment. It can be brothers and sisters. The way you will relate to new ideas. Let me think, what else? Short trips, visits, educational pursuits, ideas and belief systems, discussions about that. But those words, creativity and courage and release, are very important. This looks like it's going to be a very interesting time, though, Taurus, because the first card I pulled for us is the Justice card, and it's in an upright position. And that shows me that something is going on in our lives right now that requires justice. When a Justice card comes up, it can mean lawsuits, court cases, of course, divorce settlements, divisions of property, but it also means fairness and balance. So when I am in this situation with justice being the overall view of the month, I want to make sure that I maintain a balanced viewpoint. Not even if it's in a work environment, home situation, whatever's going on. It's not about just a balance of power for the month. It's about a balance of emotional reactions of all those around me. Now, it can mean arbitration, in court cases, but it can also mean that I'm stepping in or been asked to help arbitrate a situation for someone else also. And if so, if I'm the one that's in that position, it still comes down to not just balance of power, not just getting what I want, but making sure that things are fair and just across the board. When I see a Justice card, I kind of think karmatic for some reason. It always pops into my head. But it seems to be really important because the rest of the cards are quite interesting. The first card is the Ace of Swords, and it's in an upright position. And this is like a card of new undertakings, new developments, maybe new job, new work. It can be new birth of an idea, birth of a kid. It can be birth in any form, but it's good, and or birth of a new skill. So since this is a very creative time, perhaps some of us are back in school, And the reason I'm saying this is because the next two cards, and they are very closely related. Perhaps we're re-educating ourselves, or perhaps there's a skill that we have, that we've acquired, that we are adding to. And that's a real high probability too, because the next card is the Eight of Pentacles. And these particular cards, and the next card is the Three of Pentacles. And both cards are in upright position, and they're cards of craftsmen, cards of people who know a job. So if we've just got out of school, perhaps we did really well in school, but craftsmen of people who know what they're doing, and they can, and they've worked hard to get this skill underneath their belt, and the card of adding to the skill, like an educational process somehow, some way. And since we have that Justice card in here and the Ace of Swords with this new start, it feels like we're moving forward in a particular manner. Because if you look at the Three of Pentacles, and they are both related because they're craftsman's cards. So it's like, I have a skill, I have a usable skill that I've developed throughout the years. Does it need to be brushed up? Is there a new position? And because these are third house matters, can my mind adapt to new ideas or honing new skills to bring forward jobs that are relevant to me, or discussions or issues that are relevant to me? I believe that with these two cards, because it looks as if on this Three of Pentacles, this one person standing up on the bench is putting things together, and he's explaining to the other people. So perhaps he's someone that these other people have hired, because of his skills and his development, or however you want to put it, his expertise is the word that's coming into my mind. But I would want to have courage, because when I see and release, that's the other thing, because the final card we have here is the Six of Swords. And to me, that's turning your back on the past and going forward into a future. So releasing the past, right, with justice, like fair and balanced ideas, or taking the prosperity that I've acquired, or developing a new skill to add to myself in order to bring my, financial situation forward. Because it feels like a lot of us, with this Six of Swords, we have these skills, we have these requirements. Maybe they need dusted off or updated or helped in some type of a manner, you know. And because that we have this Justice card, we want to be honest with ourselves and not arrogant about it. Yes, I've acquired these skills. These are my taken for granted skills, and they can change and they can develop and they can move forward into a new development or a new skill, um, a new idea to put forward with this Ace of Swords here, because the Ace of Swords to me also brings prosperity, it brings abundance, it brings new ways or forms of communication. So if I have any lingering things that are holding me back, let's say it's my work or in my relationships, this is an excellent time for cleaning them up and getting our act together, balancing with this Justice card, if it is a legal affair, that all peoples come out, with the best possible scenario. Because justice to me is a balance of emotional reactions too. So if I'm doing whatever I'm doing just for because I'm on a power trip, is it really worth it? Because the end result, nobody benefits. If I'm doing what I'm doing because it's the fair, just, right thing, the appropriate way to move forward, then I'm doing it with justice in my heart, and no harm comes to anyone. Now, this movement forward with this justice card, it can be like a division of properties or division in some other manner or form. And actually, with this Ace of Swords, it can be a severing ties sometimes. But they're showing me, Spirit's showing me this new journey forward. And this can be also a move to a new place or a new home, or and cutting those ties with the past. And we have swords cards here, two of them. We have two pentacles cards and a major arcana looking us in the face. So it feels like if I am honest with myself, if I want my relationships or want to update my skills, I'm going to have to dust myself off here and clean up my act, clean up the past, clean things up, educate myself, move forward, open my life, because as a Taurus, I am very skilled and I'm very developed. And when I know my stuff, I know my stuff. So, what can bring us that balance financially, emotionally? What do we have to do in order to bring this all together? Deepen ties for, affection ties. If it's my relationship, do I need to approach it in a better manner? Is it salvageable if I'm fair and just and everyone benefits? Because with the Justice card, it will be just. It will be just one way or another, and I want to make sure that I'm standing strong and honestly in that position. Now, if this is about my education process, it's very highly likely that this month, and it feels like I have been, like honing up on my skills, getting my act back together. And if I'm taking these steps, this is going to be an excellent month for a new enterprise, or even like being able to step up on the ladder. Because these are craftsman's cards, and went from the 3 to the 8, which it shows me someone who is, because it's backwards, we have the 8, then the 3, right? It's like I have this skill that I've worked at and I've developed, and now I'm going back into this apprenticeship, or I'm hiring a craftsman to help me make the skill better. Perhaps it's education, however it's coming to me, it's coming to me. Perhaps I'm online, I'm looking at anything and everything that can help me develop a skill that is even more marketable for the future. If I'm in a lawsuit, I don't want always just for me. I want to make sure everything is balanced, because there are emotional reactions when that justice card comes forward. So I don't want to handle my money carelessly, because we're bringing forward a new skill, a new way of living, right? They're saying I want to make sure, if there's because it's all forms of communication. If there's something coming to me that I have to look at, sign on the dotted line, I've read everything. I know exactly the impact it's going to make on me or it's going to make on others around me, and I have courage. And if it's anger over a situation, I'd want to like evaluate where's my part in it, if I had any. Those, it's like they're saying, don't be afraid. This is really a wonderful time for new developments, new ways of looking at what's going on, new honesty and courage and release and movement forward to the future, you know. With that justice card also, everything's balanced, everything's fair. And that's the situation I want to, how I want to view everything as I move forward. And that feels so strong that I think if this is in partnerships, if it's someone I love, I want to show them why and how. If it's an education, right, I want to educate myself with a new skill to the very best of my ability. I want to add on to what I already know with enthusiasm and creativity. I want to move forward. And that movement forward can be, with this Ace of Swords, it can be of the highest spiritual development. Really and seriously, I have no idea what's going off in my house. I'm assuming it's my husband's cell phone telling me there's a weather alert, but that's just too scary. But I've heard other people say when you hear a sound during a reading, it is extremely important. And that one is an emergency alert. Okay, Taurus, here is your Justice card. Here's your Ace of Swords, your release. Bring balance, emotional balance into any new situation. You have the skills of the craftsman. Add to them wherever, whatever, this is a general reading, whatever situation I'm in. Move forward, release that which is not needed any longer from me, and take that journey, enthusiastically, and I believe all will benefit us. All will be benefited. So, what are they saying? Don't invite yourself into any kind of crazy mental strain or anything. Don't just move forward, standing upright, in balance with that Justice card, standing as an overview of your entire month, of our entire month. Everything we do, everything we utter is a fair and balanced to all, everyone in the situation. And Tauruses have about the most courage of everyone, and they're extremely down to earth. So any skills that I have or I've acquired, my everyday things that I take for granted, they actually are very marketable, and they're something that others just probably don't even possess. And that, I think, is a good thing. Let's see what the angels have to say to us. They're saying, don't be afraid, but, with this Justice card here, if you're signing anything legal, make sure that you've read it totally through. And they said that to me twice now, so it's probably really important. It's saying life purpose. I think we got this card last month. So, let's see here. Whoops, I lost my little book. Who is this in here? This is a guy writing in the book. And he's probably taking down, like Santa Claus. What do you think? Taking down all the names of who's naughty and who's nice. I think I'm losing here. It says life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and to others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. That's a justice card again. They keep holding the justice card up. So we're all individuals, and this is a general reading. And if you're serving a purpose or developing new skills and tools, right, you want to keep them moving off of that which I already know, my taken for granted skills. The jobs I already know. Honesty, courage, movement forward, and going for it. That's exactly what it feels like. Really, with this Six of Swords here and that release from the past and moving forward, it kind of brings like a new lifestyle to us that opens doors and many more opportunities. And I think that's pretty wonderful. So use that creativity that God gave us and do it enthusiastically and get moving. Let's see what this card says. It says this card comes as a reminder that you needn't struggle to find a life purpose. Don't worry about how to make good money in a meaningful career, and don't concern yourself with quitting or starting jobs or professions. Instead, just follow the path of your natural desires. And that's what they're saying, my taken for granted skills. It says talents and your passions with the full intention of bringing joy to yourself and others. That's this justice card again. Your life purpose doesn't need to be defined or pinpointed. It's a process, not a category. And the additional meanings for the cards are all worries about money. Give all your worries about money, career to God and the angels. You're on the right path towards your life purpose. Focus on one step at a time with respect to your life purpose, and release fears about the future to the angels. What you're doing right now is part of your life purpose. And they said release, and swords can, this is a new beginning, and it can cut the things of our past that are no longer serviceable for us any longer. And with this justice card, it will all be fair and balanced. It'll be fair and balanced and just. So I really appreciate the time that you've spent with me, and I appreciate all your likes and shares and subscribes and your comments. I love them, and I'm still behind myself here. Eventually I'll catch up. But if you want to know more about me, you can go to spirits-healing-readings.com. I think information is down below here, below the video, or if you just want to schedule an appointment, you can go over to the website and all the information is there. Thank you for all the time you spent, and hopefully I'll see you in August. Bye-bye.